Yeah. Oh, wow. Guys, Jennifer made me sick. She gave me sickness.
How can I make you sick if I wasn't sick myself?
You just like...
You
just carry it.
I just carry it. I just carry sickness.
Yeah. And then you just throw it.
Do you see the things like this girl says?
And then
See,
you just throw it when you don't want it.
I was a proper African auntie. I'll just smack your mouth now. But yeah, no, like sometimes I just be feeling a bit sick. But like yesterday, I took some paracetamol just to get on top of it, and I had my vitamin C and all that stuff. So
that's good.
You know, it's not fun being sick.
No,
but I'm not now.
Oh, must be nice.
Please, after all them times I've just been sick. I was sick for like 4 weeks straight or something.
For no reason.
You know.
Like, no reason at all.
Coughing up a lung.
But, it's coming up to Halloween. Would you allow your children to celebrate Halloween?
That's a good question because obviously I'm Christian and, we're kind of against all of that. But at the same time, Halloween is always going to be a thing. From now to the next generation after that,
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about like my kids don't feel included, in the little stuff. And I think most of the time they're dressing up as like little harmless things,
Yeah.
They're not dressing up as anything crazy.
Yeah. But still the participating aspect of it.
Yeah.
It is hard because they're young.
So they won't even understand.
They won't understand. Like, I can sit there and read the whole Bible to them and explain why. But, like, they'll be so young. Like, for me growing up in primary school, we had Halloween dances. And, like, there was, like, they'd actually, like, decorate the hall where we do PE. And, like, people would come in, they'd dress up. And it'll be that for the whole day, like. And, people were just left out as well, It was a bit, like, just proper feel, like, on their own or isolated.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's like that as well, like, growing up. And, like, I grew up Christian. No, sorry. I am Christian, but I grew up Catholic. A lot of Angolans are Catholic. And so my dad, like, raised us in Catholic church. He's bringing us to church. And, sometimes in class, when they're doing religion, and then those who are not Catholic or who just wouldn't participate, they had to, like, sit in the back of class. I kind of thought that was class as well, though. Like, they just sit in the back and do whatever. But I saw a Christian TikTok, a woman saying that she does small activities, but he doesn't participate, like go out and dress up. But what she'll do is, like, they'll paint a pumpkin, so they won't carve it because of the whole meaning behind it, actually carving it. And they'd, like,
what's the meaning behind carving a pumpkin?
I don't know. I guess it's something. I guess pumpkin is a fruit, and fruitfulness, you're carving it and you're carving an evil face in it. I guess it's something that I just made that it probably is something like that. But also they would make treats as well, like Halloween treats. And what else would they do? I don't know what else they do, but I think I would just try find something else. I would kind of try steer away from Halloween altogether, which is impossible because it's everywhere. Even when you go in the shops, all the costumes are everywhere. People be talking about it, going trick-or-treating and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of hard. It's tough though, but that route is always tough.
Yeah, I think it's kind of just like, obviously you want to teach your kids, especially coming from a Christian household, you want to teach them about, like, the meaning behind, Halloween and why we don't. It's like dressing up as false idols and all that stuff. You want to teach them the meaning behind that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, these are children. You want to like at least allow them to, have some sort of like fun with the day where they're probably most likely most of their peers will be celebrating Halloween and dressing up as, whatever they dress up as, So I would just like how she is it will be a good way. Like I would just like make sure that they still feel included in some kind of way, just because kids they're not gonna care about all of this other stuff. So just allow them. They're kids. When they get older, they will make that decision for themselves that, excuse me, this is not what we should be doing. But like it's still good to at least teach them, why we don't do it. But
it's also important to not to teach them to not condemn others as well. Like I'm gonna teach them, like this is why it's not good. Check this,
makeup on the collar,
But teach them not to like condemn others that are celebrating it, and not like talk down to them or anything.
I feel like a lot of that happened a lot when I was growing up in church. Like it wouldn't even be like it wouldn't be us doing it to them, it'd be them doing it to us. Like the other Catholic kids and all that stuff, they'd be like, what's wrong with you, because their parents probably never told them that like there's other religions out there, it's not just Catholic. I know Catholicism is like it's the prime religion here in Ireland, but like Christianity is big too. So like it was always weird growing up because I felt like I was doing something wrong, for being Christian.
There you go. How old were you
like this is growing up, like let's set aside like Halloween, just growing up, when the people go to mass or they have their what was it again, the bread and wine. I don't know what it was called again, the whole day. And obviously we had communion, we had a confirmation, and like obviously
did that make you feel left out?
I felt left out because I was just like, I want to wear a white dress. I want to, I want to dress up for, confirmation. Was it confirmation is the one that's older, when you're older? Yeah. And I wanted to wear a communion dress, which is the white one. And I didn't get to do that, And then it was kind of annoying because then my younger sister was able to do it because for some reason she just had a white dress. I think she had it because she was a flower girl in some wedding. So my mom was like, go on, draw on that dress. You can go celebrate with them. And I was just like, what? Why can't I do that as well? Why couldn't I do that? But like for sure, I felt very weird. I just felt like, why am I not allowed to do this? And if it was not even me, like getting stick from my folks, it would be like that in church as well. Like my pastor was very on it. He was very like, he was like, no, make sure they don't do any of this, that. And I remember there was some girl, I think she doesn't go to our church anymore anyways, but she was a part of something in her school that was like representing
Roman Catholic.
No, it was representing the LGBT community. And my pastor was like,
is this when you were younger?
Yeah, when she was younger. And then my pastor was like to her mom, like, that was not good of her to join that. And then like, she's a kid, so she was just like, what? And then like her mom gave out to her for that. And then I was just like, aww, what are you guys doing? This is what I'm trying to say. Like, kids don't really get all of this, like they just want to be part of what everybody's being part of at that time, So that's why I'm always like, I think when it comes to certain things, like we have to allow kids to be kids at the end of the day. Like when it comes to Halloween, when it comes to, just different kinds of things. Like I understand there was no point of me obviously making my communion or doing my confirmation because I'm not Catholic, but like you know, you need to at least try and have a middle ground where I still feel, you know, like a kid at the end of the day, because let's be honest, half of those kids did not understand what communion was or confirmation. They were just doing it because
a lot of them were even getting their communion money.
So that's what they cared about most. So they didn't understand the meaning behind it. So like, you know, that's what I'm saying. So just let kids be kids, really.
Yeah. By the way, if anyone's gotten communion money, like how much did you get?
I didn't get
€1. Like
you didn't get €1? No, bro. I remember Chelsea was getting money
for what?
I don't even know, because you know, like our street, like everybody was like always on everybody's business in our old street anyway, and they were even just giving her money, like, because she was just prancing around with her white dress, you know. But people got bare money that time. But
like how much? Like 200?
No, so I heard one girl was like getting €600. But like, you know how it is, your mom was like, let me hold that money. Let me hold that money. I'll give it to you later. Did they see that money again? Probably not. But yeah, you know, people were getting money back then.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know how it is now, because I don't know anyone.
I don't know if I want to know how it is now.
I'm probably getting iPhones instead now.
Two
bands and an iPhone.
A new car.
Like, I don't know. So, but yeah, no, definitely. Communion was one of those things that people were like, oh, it was time to get my money.
Yeah.
Not about praise God.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No. And that left me really, really confused at the time, because I knew, like, I understood what it was about, but everyone was getting money, and everyone was like going the extra mile and getting like these extra dresses and these extra parties and bouncy castles, and I was like, oh, like I just didn't know where to look. I was young, so it was really, really confusing for me. I fully understand it now. God is good.
Amen. But yeah, I saw this video on TikTok of this guy talk about money anyway. This guy said that first of all, he said POV moved into his new apartment with no savings. He goes, he just got his paycheck and he went moved into his new apartment, and he was like, you guys, just get that check and move in. And I'm just like, don't, because you're actually going don't do that, because you're actually gonna, there's people out here who are delulu, as they say, and are actually going to do that. Don't do that, because God forbid you lose your job. How are you going to pay for next month? Next month's rent is coming now, and you're there scrambling for money. Guys, come on.
And then there's also bills.
You
have to buy your own food.
Like, let's not do that unless you're earning about like $4,000 and the place was like €600 or something. Then maybe you can survive a couple months.
But the thing is, he sounded like he was from New York. He sounded like he was American anyways. And I'm like, I don't know what he works as. And the minimum wage is how it is already, and then they're relying on tips for a lot of places.
Gosh, don't even remind me. I just remembered I was on the phone today.
Oh, today?
Yeah, with just the hotel that we stayed in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to get our money back for the deposit that they said we had to pay.
I forgot about that,
bro. I went full on carrying on our babe.
What happened?
She hung up on me even.
Jennifer? What happened?
Oh, don't worry. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, like, oh my gosh.
We're not getting our money back?
Doesn't look like she wants to release my money. But yeah, I was just like, bro, what is this? Anyway. What? Congo girl. But yeah, no, like, honestly, I just don't promote that kind of craziness.
Yeah, please,
because people, me included. I'm not. I have to include myself. You saying that, I'm like,
it's gonna gas me too hard.
I might do that.
Yeah,
but no, don't do that.
I just might.
Don't do that.
Yeah, let's promote wisdom.
Guys, please. Save your coins.
Yeah,
and don't do something as silly as that, because you're right back in your parents' house straight after. Unless you have to go.
Yeah,
and your old circumstances are not good, and by all means. But guys, let's have some money in the back pocket just in case anything goes wrong.
Yeah,
because I've seen so many people where they're like, they will have like nice apartments, and they're like, they're probably made redundant in their job, or they got fired or something, and they're like, now they have to look for a new job. But sometimes, you know how it is in this job world now, job hunting world, it is not easy.
Yeah, no.
So one, it could take months. So like, you're just gonna be living off of your savings, and that's the thing. If you don't have savings and you're telling me to just move out my house with no savings, and let's say this happens, God forbid, but there's no savings to live off. You gotta move out. You gotta move out and go back to where you were. So let's just be mindful and save our coins. I know he was just being, honestly, I don't know if he was being serious.
I feel like he was.
Probably.
I feel like he's the reckless spender.
Reckless spender.
Yeah.
Gosh. That reminds me of this woman I saw, actually, where she's married, and I think they're in some kind of debt or something like that. And she just doesn't care. She's just racking up more debt, saying like, oh, let's get this house, or let's go here. And her husband obviously is one of those guys that just loves proper unconditionally. And he's like, yeah, but like, he's not like, he's got money, but he's not like Kim Kardashian rich. So she's just like throwing something new at him every single time. And then he's like, okay, but like, that's just someone that is bad with money, like, and she's not putting that on him, making him he's making herself a financial burden, basically. But she doesn't care, and which means you don't care about that man, because you wouldn't do that to someone that you love.
Exactly. Like, it seems like finances is a really, really big topic.
When
it comes to relationships and marriage. If it's a relationship, it's like, can when he brings you out on that first date, can he keep up?
Can he afford?
Can he keep up with that level every single time? When it's marriage, it's everything. Like, it's the bills, it's just everything all together. But
actually, take a picture of this, so just in case, because it will die. But yeah, no, for sure. Like, I was just like, what?
The shine.
Like, sorry, friend. I was like, why would you even, first of all, that guy needs to leave because she doesn't like you. But two, like, why some women actually, the way you guys can actually just spend and not even think about anything else other than just like, oh yeah, my man's got me. Guys, come on. In this life, we all on this planet for the first time. Let's not come and ruin somebody else's first time on the planet.
Greed.
Because you want to be wrecked with greed. Stupid. I feel like we're on the topic of money. Money. There's this other podcast that were like talking about like how some parents are a bit too comfortable with asking their kids for money. And I don't know, what do you think about that?
So basically, right, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when it comes to some parents, it seems like, they're having bare kids just to make them sort of working to give them the money. so that the parent is just chilling at home, not doing anything. And you see some parents, they have like a few kids as well, and they're all working, and they're working hard, working, and then the parents will be asking them, just ringing them out of nowhere, oh, can you send me this money? They just send it, just asking constantly for money. And they kind of do this thing where it's like kind of like they dangle over their head, like, well, as long as you're living under my roof, like, you better be giving me money. And this is besides rent, Also, there's some people that actually don't pay rent. Like some people our age that are still living with their parents that don't pay rent.
I don't really pay rent either.
Oh,
shout out to my mama.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, wow. So, but also there's some parents that will not be honest, and they'll finesse that, and they'll be like, no, like you have to pay like 250 euro rent, and that's not what it is. Like, but like the way how the rent is, it's basically divided in a way, depending on your finances. And
I pay bills though.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that out there before you guys think I'm just out here mooching.
No,
it's just
lucha.
Definitely, my mom's the type of person that doesn't believe in like collecting from her kids.
Yeah,
that's kind of how that's how I want to be with my kids too. Cause like, come on, guys, you had your kids, you didn't have your kids to be now your ATM, you know.
Yeah. So, that's what I think. Yeah, some parents, I think they just kind of felt like, you know what? My child is old enough to be earning their money. They should just start giving it to me.
Or the ones that like are like, oh, not 16, 18. They're like, oh yeah, right, here you go, get out the house now. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's kind of like when we were talking about that girl that was paying her own. Since she started, I think since like 16 or so. I think since from school, like she'd pay her own books and stuff. Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, what did you have kids for? Like, bro, just for them to suffer at such a young age?
Not fair. Like,
please. You make it. The thing is, like, there's a difference between you handing your parents money because you are grateful for how they have been to you
being gracious with your money to them, and then them just
that's different. But them coming to you like oh, here I don't have enough for this month's this or that can you give me money? No, so I'm like, it's not, you are my parents, you need to be the one that is showing me financial literacy as well, and also being good with your money too. Then I don't
show me that example.
Yeah, exactly. So I now don't feel like I have to support myself and you. Yeah. On top of going through life too. Because like a job of a parent is to look after your kid as well. Like these are not things that you just do because I have to. You do it because you want to have kids, so you want to look after them. So some parents, they'll put over your head like, oh, I give you food, I give you a roof over your head. I'm like, that is what you're supposed to do. Wait, were you thinking of that? You're just gonna give birth to me and just leave me on the side of the road?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that makes no sense at all. How some parents think.
Especially when it's like them asking you for money so they can buy like whatever, or they get themselves in trouble. Especially some of the dads, they get themselves in trouble with money somewhere else. They don't ask the children for money. Like, come on, guys, please.
Like it's actually just it's weird how some parents are just not good to their kids. No, they're not good at all. And you expect us to be cool later on down the line. I'm like, come on, it doesn't just work like that.
So you remember Tia and Tamera? Sister
like Tia and Tamera.
So I didn't.
So that was somebody else. That's somebody else's song.
What you doing, Rob?
Like, I forgot what's that lady's name. Doja Cat. like Tia Tamera.
Oh, that song, yeah.
I don't I don't know if I'm even singing that right. But anyway, yeah.
And so basically, like, I didn't know. You know what it is? I watched them growing up, and I didn't want to know anything else because I felt like it ruined my childhood. But I've been seeing a lot on TikTok. Like, a lot of people are noticing and circulating some clips that is it Tia being mean to Tamara?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, it came out. Tia came out with a.
Is it the TikTok that she was saying like, oh,
sorry, I just need to make sure that is correct. Tia, yes,
right.
That yeah.
She's right.
No. I'm making sure that I'm talking about the right sister.
Yes, sister.
Yeah. So Tia came out with an interview saying that, like, unfortunately, her and Tamera are not as close as they used to. You know, I think it was. A question was asked about, like, how does Tamera feel about this or whatever, and it's like, oh, you know, me and Tia, you know, we don't talk as how we used to. You know, we're just not as close as how we used to be. And I just, first of all, I find that to be incredibly strange, just because they are twins. Sister. And they did everything together growing up. Yeah. Obviously, when they got older, it became a thing where they started separating and becoming, like, their own individual selves, which they are their own identities. Yeah. But yeah, just to say, like, they're not, you know, close anymore. I just found that so strange because it's like, I see in Tamera, like, you know, but then I thought back because, you know, the reality TV show that they used to have. Tamera wasn't the nicest to her. Tia wasn't the nicest to Tamera, actually.
Was this in Sister as well? Or, like, just in general?
No, Sister, that's acting. That was completely different. But, like, they had a reality TV show back in the day. I can't remember what it was called. Or maybe it was just Tia and Tamera or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway. Yeah. And no, Tamera wasn't... Tia wasn't the nicest to Tamera. And then there was a video that came out there that was back in the day. Tamera was holding her boyfriend's hand, and, like, I think, you know, people get them mixed up all the time. Obviously, they're twins. But Tamera was like, sorry, Tia. Oh my god, this is gonna piss me off now. Tia was like, I'm the one that's married. Tamera,
I'm the one with the ring.
Tamera doesn't have a ring. You know, she's not married. I'm the married one. You know, I'm like,
she kept saying it.
Yeah, kept repeating it, and then obviously you can see Tamera get visibly uncomfortable and kind of like, but she didn't want to say anything on camera because obviously they're on camera and it's gonna be out. But, like, it was just so rude to say, like, you wouldn't,
she
like,
hands on her fella.
Exactly. And it was just like, why would you say such a thing about your sister in that way? There's other ways you can say, like, to set us apart, because marriage, as you can see, does not always last. Now here you are, Tia, you're divorced, and Tamera is still happily married. So should I be calling her Tia now on you, Tamera? Like, like, I mean, I have been doing that now, but like, you know, it made no sense for you to, like, kind of shame your sister in that way in front of the cameras. It wasn't nice. And Tamera, from, you know, if any of you guys ever watched The Real, I missed that show so much. Like,
is it discontinued?
The show's finished, you know. Like, I missed that show so much.
What's the black woman's name on that?
Damn,
she was a bit annoying.
She was annoying, actually.
Like, you know what it is? I wanted to like her, but some of her opinions I completely didn't agree with. A lot of them, actually, I didn't agree with.
I don't know if they made her just have the opposite opinion of everybody else. But she made no damn sense most of the time, especially as a black woman.
It was really annoying.
Damn, what's her name? I know everybody else's name but hers.
Oh, really?
Can't remember her name. Yeah, we had Tamera. We had
Cheetah Girl.
Yeah, Jeannie. We had Tamar when she was on there for a little bit.
I love that. Adrian.
Adrian. And then
who's Jeannie, man?
Yeah, Jeannie is the Asian woman.
Okay.
And then can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Damn.
But you know when Tia was like saying those statements about when Tamera was saying those statements about that she's not as close with
No, you had it right. It was Tia that was saying that.
It was Tia that was saying she's not as close.
As close to her, Tamera anymore.
Ah, right. Yeah, so it's kind of like I think someone asked she got asked again, and then it sounded like she's kind of trying to back it.
Yeah, she was definitely trying to backtrack and not make it seem as bad as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she was like, "Oh, you know how it is. Like my brother just did something, and you know, he didn't tell me about it. Like siblings don't always tell each other about all these things, you know. But like, again, another bold statement against your sister for what? So I don't know. Like, we will never actually know. Like, I don't want to be the type of person that pretends like we know what's happening, or like from a few clips we have figured out the case. You know, like that's weird. Yeah. You know,
these people have their media training too.
Yeah. So they probably just. I know they live in different states. Maybe, you know, maybe they're just probably not as close because they don't live where they used to live, or maybe where her sister being divorced, she's probably like a little bit more distant because of all of that. Like we don't know. We actually don't know. But I always remember Tia always kind of saying snarky things to Tamera just all the time. But like Tamera was never like that to Tia. Like Tamera always bigged up Tia. Every chance she got, she bigged her up. Like, and I remember there was one time where she was saying that, like, I think this was on the reel, that where they were talking about how I think it was just like talking about their appearances and all that stuff, and she would say like, oh, she always felt like people always say like Tia was the sexy one and she was the cute one, which there's nothing wrong with being cute, but she always like wanted to be like the sexy one too. Like she always found it weird as to why it was, you know, thing like we both look the same. But like, you know, it's just stuff like that. Like she would always just big up her sister, you know. And it's just a shame that, you know,
do you think she kind of does it like out of like trying to make her look like she's the dumb one, or she's like the stupid one, and kind of trying to make a laugh out of her?
I have no clue.
As like kind of like an entertainment thing, kind of like how sister was. We're kind of like trying to put that in real life and have it ongoing as like her sister is like the dumb one or something.
I don't know her intentions of that at all. I'm just like, maybe a jealousy thing. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'll never know really. But just from what I was seeing, I just thought that was nice that she did that, you know.
No,
made it so public. But to be honest, I sorry. I'm laughing because I'm not even a fan of Tamera either. You know, like she said some stupid ass comment of back in the, I forgot who
on their show.
Yeah, she been saying just stuff that I never agreed with either. Like it was so obvious that like her opinions changed, or she stopped kind of promoting more black stuff because I would say she's married to a white man. Like it was very
I think I was kind of starting to see a few of those things starting to come out.
The thing that ticked me off the most was when I forgot, someone had posted something about like celebrating black love, and then she commented saying like, celebrating all love, you know, like it was kind of like an all lives matter type of thing, and it was just kind of like it was very distasteful. And especially like when she was already under fire all the time for her husband, and you know not being very supportive of the black community, it just, you know, reinforced it more. And I think also that's why people always favored Tia too, because Tia was married to a black man, you know, and always did like a lot more black it was always in more black spaces and everything. So that's why I think everyone kind of more so favored Tia too. So to be honest with you, yeah, even if Tia said all that she said, which I don't agree with, I just never liked how Tamera handled all of that stuff, you know, like especially coming from, you know, like she always, it was always seemed so forced whenever she would talk about stuff that was black, or you know, it just seemed like she was forced to do that, you know,
just to, again, like a media training.
Which is mad, because as you can see in that clip, she was dating a black fella as well. So I don't know. So that's why people are like confused by it, you know. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But
well, speaking of like sisterly love, there was a clip of a lady, and she was saying the realest females don't have friends. Do you think that's true? Well,
piggybacking off of what we said, I think it was it last week's episode?
What were we talking about?
I think we're talking about how like we find it weird when girls say they don't have friends, or their only friend is their man. So no, I don't agree with that statement at all. Like that's just such a dumb statement. You're telling me the realest babe, the realest bad bitch here can't keep one friend, can't have one friend, and you're telling me she goes like, because in the video I remember you were saying that like or they don't mess with all that fake stuff, or da da da. So you want to tell me everybody's fake?
Come on, like stop doing that. Like stop.
No, like you know what it is. There was this girl that I used to know that like I was friends with for a little bit, and in my time of my friendship with her, I always realized that like she was always constantly switching out friends, you know, and she just never had the same best friend for like thing, which is I always say that, stop throwing out that best friend statement. It's just anybody, but cool. She did that sometimes, and I would just be like, and all these said best friends do not have her blocked, don't like her. If you even approach them and ask them about her, they're like,
they'll probably punch you.
They're ready to throw hands with you. Like no, they, you know. Whereas like I'm trying to say like she'd be the type of person that'd be like, oh, it's everybody else, I'm not her, you know? Exactly. And it's like, no, there's sometimes you have to realize that you are the problem in these things, because anytime it would be a thing like she would tell me like, oh, this person's not friends with her anymore, she's not friends with this person, it was always their fault. And I was like, okay, cool, but then it got to a point where I'm like, even before I stopped being friends with her, like not everybody can't just believe in you now, you know. That doesn't seem right.
It wasn't good.
So is it obviously after I stopped being friends with her, I realized that like, damn, she got a lot of work to do in building friendships, you know.
Yeah, that's a fundamental thing. Like, don't just go around being like, oh no, every girl is fake, having an excuse as to why you fall out with girls as friends. Just honestly, just have discernment. You can't have this hatred towards all women. Like, we're the same. Like, we all bleed. We all don't bleed, bro.
If you cut me open now, don't we all bleed red? But yeah, no, you're right.
And like, you know, you could go to your man and you can talk to him about all the womanly stuff that you feel you're going through. It's not the same.
Some shit they just don't get.
He's not gonna know. They're never
they don't even get their own shit, and you're telling me they're gonna get my own problems? Nah. Come on.
Like, I think before guys get married, they have to have some sort of like mini course,
crash course. Yeah. on the inner workings of a woman.
Yes.
They don't know jack shit.
Yeah, why is she angry here? How to deal with it, and tailor it particularly to that guy's woman. But honestly, let's not do that to each other. Like we're women. We're the easiest to relate to each other. Like even when you start talking to another woman, it just feels so much comfortable. You kind of feel this. I don't know if you feel the same, but just this trust. I like almost an instant trust.
No,
you know,
100%.
and like I can never, like, even though it's happened to me so many times as well. Like, you know, you'll like a girl. You'll be like, oh, you get along with a girl. Next thing you know, she's cheating. She's taking your man, trying to take your man behind your back, or she's trying to do you dirty, or she's trying ish about you. Trust me, it's all happened to me. But I'm not gonna turn around and be like, no, F women, like I can never, like they're all fake. No, I'm not gonna paint everyone under all the same brush. Like what I do is like I'll look at all the women in my life that's been in my life, and I'm inspired by them, and I'll take that as my discernment when I go out and I make friends as well when I'm talking to other girls, you know, and that's just on you, you know. Maybe stop being like, oh, every other woman is fake. Maybe just have some discernment. Maybe learn that, so that you don't fall into situations where every woman is fake and it's not your fault. And definitely, you need inner work, a lot of inner work. It can't always be every other girl's fault as to why they're not friends with you anymore. Because like how you said about that girl, like everyone had an issue with her. Like everybody, like it wasn't making any sense. So please stop the hate against women hate, like kind of talking down. It's not nice. It's actually disgusting.
Exactly, because we already have to, you know, fight to go fight with these men anyway. So so why the hell are we gonna start pinning each other against each other, saying that like, yeah, the realest bitches don't have friends because they don't mess with our fake that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So, oh my god,
if I heard that, if I was in the same room as her and I heard that, I'd have to walk away.
That's
have to walk away.
Dumb shit.
And there's people in the comments like, yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, there's some terrible people out there, but that's in both women and men. Like, so we understand, like, you don't want to be friends with them, but like there's some great people who you will meet in your life, great women who will meet in your life, who will cherish every moment that you have. And you know, you mean to tell me that you're not trying to find her?
Nah, don't block your blessings on finding a good friendship, because you'll be surprised. You could meet someone that's temporary, like not temporary, but you could meet someone in like such an unexpected situation, and then they'll be so good to you. But because you have the mindset of like, oh no, all these girls are fake, you won't make it. That's why you're not making any friends. Like, you automatically have that mindset against every single woman that comes around. Like, it's scary. It is scary. Yeah. But girlies, let's be nice to each other, please. You know. We're all in this together, so there's no reason why we should be nasty to one another. You know. It's not nice.
But guys, thanks for listening.
Thank you guys for listening this week.
And if there's anything you guys want us to talk about, actually, like, you know, if there's other, what are you doing there? If there's a specific topic that you guys want us to chime in on, just please send it our way. You know, our DMs are open. And we would love to talk about that. But anyways, that has been it for this week. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
See you soon.
Bye.